Did I just pick up my face? Love that. Love that for me. All right. Where did I put my earbuds? Let's see if I remember how to stream. Hopefully this is all going well and I'll have someone come in and tell me. I don't know if I remember how to stream. I really don't. Honestly, I should have gone live like, or I doesn't mean I should have, but I could have like an hour ago, but I was like trying to make sure everything was in place and I just wasn't sure. I love this wig. I got it for like $3 from Mercari. It's a nice desk, to be honest. This is the one I had from the last apartment. There's a desk in our kitchen that was from here that somebody left, and it has like certain splotches and stains that we don't even know. When I say stains, they have mass. I don't know how to describe it. But you'll have to tell me too if the balancing of my audio stuff sounds fine. Gunk, yes. I had so much just gunk. But yes, let me know if background noise as well as my audio and other things are sounding fine. I don't know. Part of me is like, I'm gonna come back and everything's gonna be so messy. I won't know how to stream. Yay! Appreciate it. I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy you're here. I missed you. I sent out your letter the other day. It's a very downer letter, but I mean, I was like, we're gonna be real, but also it's like, if anything, it was very hopeful at the end, being like, but it's gonna get better soon. I want to post the keychain and sticker you got for me that while back, because like you give me the person's stuff. I'm like, yes, please. I've just been like, right. I appreciate it. I just, as per usual, I know it's like very open between a lot of, not only you, but a lot of my friends, us being very vocal when we vent, where it's like, don't feel pressured to be my therapist, or don't feel like you need to take on any of this, or if this is too much for you, that's fine. Like, let me know. But it's, if it's okay to be downer, but just don't feel like you need to take any of that on. But I was like, we'll be real. So I'll put on my own video in my earbud because I need the constant stimulation. Wait, is my phone attached? If I do this. Okay. It doesn't take it off. Okay, thank God. I'm no different. Yeah, and I appreciate it. I mean, honestly, I have to think about it that way. It's like, actually, when friends give me a letter that opens up, like, I feel, in a way, very nice that they feel that they trust me. I should feel the same way and not feel like I'm burdening somebody. If anything, I trust my friends, let me know, because we've been very open boundaries, but, I mean, yeah, hello! I need to replace that with cold water, but I know, I have so many cool mugs, but what do I have? I have my Subway cup from my last shift. I have 2 projects I'm working on right now. I'm just trying to find something to put in my head. Part of me, I want to start putting like these VODs on like a channel and stuff. I want to take this, have an actual log. I just realized, is the chat box not up on my screen? Oh my gosh, hold on. What the? Oh, no, it's there. Okay. It's just, it disappears after so many seconds. Gotcha. Like I said, I need to come, I forgot how to stream. Who is she? Gaming. Nice. Sounds good. This will be very... Jeans or whenever you add from it. Yeah, I think I could do that actually here. Hold on. Oh, I can change it. Chat delay. Oh, here we go. If I scroll down, that's different. Okay. Font size, color, I don't care. Show platform icons. Hi, hello. And Streamlabs elements or wherever you added from. Yeah, I'm in Streamlabs. I had to play from a lot. And that's the thing. I mean, so I don't think you guys have even seen me since I've gotten medicated. I think it's been that long. How's everyone? Yes, how is everybody? I mean, I'm doing better, and that's the reason why I'm here. I mean, the title speaks for itself, and I'm assuming people understand. But it's been a rough several months, almost half a year. I think you guys have seen me. I had a lot of screen today. Me too. Okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna be super productive on my own. I say I took my meds in the morning, and I was like starting to crank stuff out. But as soon as my meds hit, my phone game, so I cycle between phone games that kind of keep me sane, or like the ones I can kind of just unplug my brain and don't require a lot of thinking, like matching ones, little other ones, like they're the free ones that I cycle through. But specifically the one of the two I'm on right now that gets me through stuff, it had an event today that was a unique one, and so as soon as I was like getting through it, I just spent like 2.5 hours, 3 hours in bed in the morning, just like starting to grind on this one event. And I was like, oh my gosh, how dare I? And so every couple hours too, I find myself spending an hour or two on that event. And I'm trying to get better about not beating myself up about it, and allowing myself to be like, that's fine. Cause I tend to really beat myself up about spending that time on that phone when it's like, you should be doing other stuff. I'm trying to, and which is, I think, stuff that adds to the burnout, but well, I feel less thinking scheduling. Scheduling? Oh no, are you saying about like the stream and stuff tonight? You're fine. I just was randomly coming on tonight. I like dropped a random message to Discord. I'm like, hey, I didn't tag everybody, but I was just like, you guys haven't seen me in like half a year. Oh, maybe that's what you mean. No, I definitely kind of just disappeared from this as well as a lot of other things. I mentioned also in the Discord message, I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't want you guys to think I abandoned everything. I mean, this was never like a huge, I'm not a streamer by any sense. It's not my number one priority, but it definitely was like, even people in my closest circles did not hear from me for months. Burnout was very bad, not only just from cosplay, but the past couple months, especially the past 2, was very much, I've been juggling 3 jobs as well as my classes, my full-time classes that are grad classes, even though I'm not getting them for a postgraduate degree. It is just for my bachelor's, but they're all graduate level grad level classes. So that was, that's been rough. As well as, the stuff of the world. And so I haven't been on social medias. I think my family and friends did not hear from me for almost 2 months. Not even a trickle. If they messaged me, I had nothing. It's been a lot. I'm gonna start crying. Okay. But I won't go too much into it, but it was just it was a lot. People don't mess around with science degrees, because even if you like the amount of work you put in, mind you, this was not even the final, but the exam before the final, like the Friday before, for my biochemistry 2 class, I took 4 hours and 45 minutes I took for it out of 5 hours given for that written exam. It was written. There's nights where you are like, am I sacrificing sleep, or am I sacrificing possible study time? And again, it's between my several jobs, and I'm still barely getting stuff to make rent, but I've gotten better about the feelings right now of having, again, it's not therapy, but that mixed with, I'm definitely from when I grew up, very much a type where I need to fix the problem immediately and have control again. And so if I don't, then there's something wrong, and it's a whole thing. But I appreciate that. I love yous. Allison, thank you. No, I mean, stuff for my old man schedule as soon as it hits 9, I stay awake. I've felt that. Like I said, most of you haven't seen me on stream since I've gotten medicated. And technically it helps my energy because it is a type of Adderall and everything. Because after being diagnosed at, 22 or 23, at 25 now, I finally got meds. Oh my god, it changed my life. But there was just a lot of finally having energy and focus, but all of that work I had to not beat myself up over not being productive, because knowing it was not within my wheelhouse of the day or not my energy, and understanding that, taking the pressure off myself and blame off myself, because it's okay, it's your body doing stuff. Don't feel guilty, like, basically it's out of my control, or I'm only human, to not meet these unrealistic standards. I felt like I had to go through that all again once I had these meds, because now, oh my god, suddenly I have medication, I have energy, which it's been weird some days still. And now I'm like, okay, well, now you have all this energy. Now I'm putting myself back up to those inhuman standards again, if not more, because I have those energies. So I've been having to reteach myself and tell myself that it's okay. Oh, fingers tapping, swinging at your desk, and tickles my ears. Oh, in a good way or in a bad way? Should I, like, positive? Okay. Because I was like, should I turn it down? Okay, yay. But yeah. So, even now, I've been still struggling with giving myself permission to relax. Giving myself permission to go ahead and play a game. Or relaxing without guilt's been really hard. Because I see stuff on my to-do list. And even though it's not possible to do within the day or this and that, I feel a lot of guilt being like, I should be working on that right now. I don't feel comfortable relaxing and playing a video game and this and that, or allowing myself to devote all this time and energy to something if it's not those. But then I'm in a weird cycle, and I get distracted by my phone games. It's a whole, and then I feel guilty anyways. It's a whole thing. We're dealing with it, but definitely a lot of the pressure, school's off. I'm definitely applying to more jobs right now because my one job is not offering me the stability it was offering me before. But you know, to-do lists are my best thing. Because I have another job now. Like, again, I have, like, technically 2 jobs. Looking for another one to, like, fade out the first one. The second one's not really one that can make me an income that could pay my rent, but it's definitely, I have to put myself in those own hours too. It's a whole bunch. Yeah, I need to get one for run fairs because I know I won't look. So I can do that. Yeah, so that's been a huge thing too. That's been feeling very depressing. Is because 2 of the jobs that usually offer me a lot of money during the summer, and a lot of ways I can stack up money, because that's been a thing I've been wanting to do this summer too, is just basically crank through and just stock. I want to work as many hours as I can, stockpile, pay off stuff. I want to cash flow my last semester of college. But sadly, one of them being my Ren Fair job, said they can't have me this year. And it's really tough because not only is that a job that is very much an outlet for me, that is a way I can, you know, escape the world for a while, but also make money. And not all Ren Fair jobs do. By the way, people who don't work Ren Fair, I make a good amount of money at my job, and I'm not saying which it is. I'm not saying who, blah, blah. At least on this video. But I make a decent amount. I'm not going to say how much. Not all Ren Fair jobs do. When I say that to people, like, I'm a rare case. Okay? Like, most Ren Fair workers don't make the numbers I make with it. Real as fuck. Yeah, you know. And, I mean, Runic Raccoon's here. You also know. Like, hello, by the way. And so, it actually really broke my heart that they can't offer me back, and they're like, oh, but maybe next year. And I'm like, I don't know if I'll be here next year. So like, it's been rough, and I know it's probably, oh yeah, and I will say that I make above that a day on average, easily. But I am definitely, I'm not, most Ren Fair workers do not make that much, as you just pointed out. So so that hurt, because I was definitely relying on that. And I know they said it was like nothing personal, and it was because of obviously everything else. Everything's been taking cuts nowadays, but it's been hard for me not to think it's been personal. And I'll reach out to them, I'll talk, and I think I'll resolve that. But they were definitely experienced me at the beginning of my medication, and it's not an excuse. Like, I had some weird emotional shifts, and they definitely got the brunt of some of it, and then we definitely talked it out, and there were like no hard feelings of it, like there's nothing hard feelings, so it's hard to, and so like I felt good with that. But even though like those were said, and the words were meant for those other ones, it's hard to not sometimes feel that way. I don't know, for me at least, like I don't know if it's a people pleaser thing or this and that, when part of me logically believes them. It's like, oh yeah, it's been, it's a hard decision, we want to have you back, it's just, logistically wise we can't, blah blah blah. And I know they had the other person off last year, so it makes sense they had him this year, but it's hard for the emotional part of me to be like, no, it's because they hate you and blah blah blah. So it's a whole thing. Hi. Hello 2K. I didn't expect more than 2 people in the chat tonight. This actually really warms my heart. Hello. So I even started like sewing and stuff. I have a project in the background, and I have another one over here on my bed. But are you looking for a job over there? I'm looking for several jobs. I was just telling them how the reason why I went through such a bad burnout, and I won't go through much of it again, but basically to the point where I was grad classes. Oh, by the way, and part of those 2 grad classes, guys, were like, I was charged 2 different research teams, which requires a lot of time outside of it. Pen rent, yes, because my booth can't have me back this year, and which it sucks. But also right now, my job, I can barely make rent, and even though I'm juggling technically 2 jobs, and I was juggling 3 during the school year, on top of my classes. But right now I'm looking, I've applied to like 5 different positions right now, and I'm trying to find other stuff, but it sucks. You know what also sucks? Okay, not to immediately go into a different tone of voice, but never have I ever been turned down for a job. My whole table's gonna shake when I hit it, and it's gonna affect the camera, but you know what? It's gonna happen. I've never been turned down more for being overqualified for positions than I have in Pennsylvania. I got turned down from several gas stations for being overqualified. Y'all are insane. Oh my gosh. Before an interview, they turned me down because they saw my resume. And they're, oh my god. Yeah, Allison, I think, like, because I've been told by other people, I only got the job I have right now at, like, Subway because of word of mouth. And I had to take a $5 pay cut. Honestly, I was kind of flabbergasted. I was like, oh, so you're saying for me to show that I show up consistently and do a good job and I'll stay for a while and this and that, and also because I show all those jobs because I show I can do hard jobs. I'm not going to bitch and complain and leave immediately. But apparently that's not what they want. So I'm going to try considering signing up for some of those jobs again, but with a bare bone resume. Like, they don't know anything about me. So we're going to try that. But working, is that Texas Ren Fair? All right. Wait, if a lot of them aren't paid, I think you should think. Yeah, so I know that our wandering actors, I think, are paid like maybe I think 20 or 50. Like it's something very small, minuscule. I think it's something like that when I talk to some of them. But like those are the hometown people. Yes, the actual roles. I think it depends on the role. I think it depends on somebody I talk to. I'd love to talk more people in the actual Ren Fair, but I won't be able to go as much anymore this year because I don't have a pass to get in, even through the back. So I think it's Texas Ren Fair is that one. I was making $150, making the business like weekend coming I hope everything's okay with you. Everything's okay. So I wouldn't say okay if I'm gonna be real, but I mean, I'm mentally doing a little better that I can come on stream and do this and feel less guilty about doing this instead of being like, you have to do this. And if I'm gonna be full transparency too, because of how my mind works, and like, I'm not gonna go into my traumas and PTSDs and stuff, but like these later night stuff, I have to stay up, by the way, until around 2 a.m. my time to go pick up my roommate. As many of you know, the glorious egg. But I can stay up during these times, but especially like at night by myself, my mind tends to go into worse spots and like wander. Not like harming myself, but like definitely just doom thinking about the world and also stagnation and everything. So honestly, it was about time. I've been thinking about this for a while, like doing these later night streams when I have to wait to pick up egg, and if I'm not working, I was like, boot up a stream, because it'll actually help me do something and feel fulfilling, but as well as like I talk to people and people keep me company, and it's a win-win. So all right, but yeah, coming, so yeah, 150. I mean, my business that I was working with, I don't know how much I think I briefed them. My memory's so bad, but we're making some good numbers like that a weekend too. But we got paid, I think a day baseline was like 100 a day, or 125 or 150. And then there was stuff on top of that. There was tips, and then there was commission too, depending. And those are the big bucks too. That's where I'm like, I'm not saying how much we made sometimes out of like our tips and also commissions if we hit a certain number for the day. Because our booth makes pretty good money, and some booths can't say the same, and it just has to do with price points and what people are willing to pay for. As you know, I'm preaching to the choir with like Allison and Runic Raccoon in the chat. So, and I'll say off video those numbers, but I just, when I talk to people about it on my real life, they're like, oh my God, I need to get a job at the Ren Fair. I'm like, I need you to let you know, I am very much a very lucky person out of the norm to make that. 2K with the meme, hello. You looking for a job over there, Penn Ren Fair? I am. So I can reach out to my fair fan for, please, that'll be amazing if you know some people that are looking for some workers. I just need it to be something that would make it worth my trip, because I drive an hour out to go there, and depending on the day, I usually have to come back each night too, because I have to get my roommate to work. That's not even what someone's don't trust your brains, and I live by that. Yeah, and I need to continue living by that. It's just, I definitely get into a weird doom spiral, and that's why I was like, you know what? This is probably a great way to get back into this. And I'm at a decent spot now with a lot of my stuff. I can boot up a stream and not feel as guilty. Sounds like they want people who aren't looking to grow into the job, aka make more. Exactly. I was like, are they just looking for people that are easy to fire, with like they are just, they're not going to do a good job, but they are just very expendable and they don't have to pay much for this person? Like, oh, they don't know their worth. Okay, we don't have to pay them a lot. Hi, Miss Cassie. Sorry, there's a cat under the desk. That's why I got PA myself. I was in the area, only job was a hiring me. I'm so surprised how many people are only offering $10 an hour. I could have sworn there was a while back where the minimum I've seen people offer was 15. Maybe it was just because of the Wisconsin thing. Maybe it was like that for the jobs I was like, the ones I was looking at. But now times are changing, and they're just seeing they realize they can get away with offering 10. I don't know, but like I said, I took basically a $5 pay cut. Well, I didn't take a $5 pay cut. I got laid off from a job, and then in this job, getting this job at Subway, I basically took a $5 pay cut. Although I just got I have to make sure you're not scratching at that. Yeah, hello. You're so cute. Why don't you should get in the background. You should go over there so you can see you. Yeah, there you are. Hi. Hello. You use your claws though, and you scare me. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm grateful from the other job that I'm technically now, as I told Allison, I am also a manager for my friend's small business. I do their invoices and everything, and I'm basically a 1099 for them. I have to do my own taxes, and I'm scared about that, but I don't make enough right now to even put some of the taxes aside, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be rough later on. But I've been tracking all my expenses, but also because of it, I can now write off all of my conventions on my expenses. I can write all of my cons off of my taxes, and that's beautiful. Last day, I'll ask them all about it. Yeah, please. That'd be so awesome because I mean, I've been doing it for 2 years, 3 years now. I'll have to ask. I'll have to see how far back I've been doing it. But yeah, I just basically, for me, I just need enough. Yeah, contact me with some people if you know that let them know I have like a couple years experience with Ren fairs, if not more, going back to other show style type jobs like conventions, this and that, sales. So, and if I could hear their base day prices and stuff, because I know a lot of vendors. That's what's so fascinating about Ren Fair and its family. Is like, oh, so many vendors cycle around the different shows because that's what they do for their job, and that's so cool to me. Hello, hi. Because I know actually a lot, which fascinated me, a lot of ones that work at the PA Ren Fair actually come straight from Bristol. Like Bristol's in Wisconsin's like last weekend, the week after that or 2 weeks after that, PA starts. And I'm like, that's so fascinating. So, and I wonder if they also like come from Texas as well. So that'd be really cool to hear. Yeah, a lot of them travel. It's they really live that nomadic Ren Fair lifestyle. It's kind of cool. Which are you not looking for a week or lodging? If they have week work with lodging and camp, that'd be kind of cool. I mean, the only issue is I am responsible for getting my roommate to work in my town, there and back. And I made them the promise first. They're my first obligation. So I'm gonna be completely honest. They're the breadwinner of the house right now, so they're the one making sure we're afloat. So, man, to be a full-time artist. Yeah, but also I'm understanding now the dangers of what some people mean being like, oh, but once it's your job, you're gonna hate it. And I'm like, oh no, I know I should have heeded the warnings. Because I'm preaching to the choir, Allison, but now that I was like made to like make Patreon posts and like posts on Instagram and this and that and do all of this and just literally get to look up conventions and books, I'm like, after a while, I'm dreading it. I'm like, oh shit. I dread my own Instagram now because I have to go check his DMs. I'm dreading my own Insta. It's crazy. It's like Florida, Georgia, /Arizona, Kentucky, Minnesota. That's so cool. That's actually really cool. I like that. If you want to mind DM me a summary of the work you've done at the fairs. Okay, good to know. Let me write that down before I forget to do after the stream. Where is my... There it is. By Zeno. I have something here. I realized, because I've never streamed here, I was like, I wonder how the framing's like. And I was like, it looks very blank from this wall. I swear there's stuff. Like, so, DM Runic Raccoon with Ren Fair experience. I didn't know there was even, kind of like some artist alleys managers to the full-time job. Yeah, that makes absolute sense. I guess I never fully comprehended that. And I was like, that's why it's so fun to work these different odd jobs, because I get to see these different worlds and it's fascinating to me. That being said, too, also be alleys real. Call rent list. You can post to get most my friends use that Renny list. Okay. I don't use Facebook that often. I kind of tend to avoid it, but sadly there is a lot of sometimes good connections on there like that. So I'll have to boot up my Facebook again. But yeah, I didn't even know there were some people that have like during the week work and offer that. I don't know how much they would offer and stuff, but if it's decent money, I'll come up and work. Especially certain days that my one job, again, I say one job, it's Subway, I can say it. The one day that Subway has been really weird with its hours, even though it's been promised me a certain amount, and she doesn't like stick to a consistent schedule, but like if there's a couple days during the week I'm not there and I can hit them up and be like, do you need me today? I probably can do that. So I just don't know what that would entail and what offers, but yeah, I'll reach out to you because it's been 30 minutes and I have not even touched any fabric, which is fine. This is chill. I need to tell myself there's no pressure, there's no data, there's no deadlines. I'm here to chill, and these people are fun to talk to, and I miss them, and I haven't talked to them in a while. Alright, depends what you're doing. Most letter artists use their hands and reach a total of 15 an hour. That's not, okay, honestly, to be fair, that's a lot better what I'm making right now. Not a lot better, but still, better than like most jobs are offering the $10 before taxes. And is that under the table? Is that like taxed, or is that cash? Maybe like needs to go to the shop. I'm dreading about she's left. Oh my god. I'm dreading a lot. I'm dreading a lot, and that's what keeps me up at night sometimes. That's what I assumed. What helps, honestly, with how much I got paid from these is that it is all cash and all under the table. So that'd be even better. Like, be great. So I will definitely hit up with that, because I wouldn't mind that. And yeah, and if they need some people, just randomly be like, hey, I can drive out. Do you need me for like how many hours today? And it's 10 to 15, 12 to 15 an hour, and I'm there for a good couple hours. My car gets 40 miles per gallon. It's just an hour away. So that's the only thing that's really a cost to that, is it sucks a lot of fuel out of my car to drive an hour away and back to the Ren Fair. But if Eggy's not working and stuff, and I could stay overnight, lodging is not a bad idea. So, but I like that. I really appreciate you, and I forgot how deep in the world you are. I should have known that you would know some people, because let me tell you how much it broke my heart when they said that they couldn't have me back this year. And they're like, well, you probably next year you can have back. And I'm like, I may not be here next year. I don't know if I'll be able to get a job in like a lab and research and with my skills and stuff. I'll probably have to move to a city if I get one, and I don't know where I'm gonna end up if I'll be closer to here. So, oh, good news, guys. Another panel for Techo got approved for me, so I now have 2 panels approved for TechoCon. Or Techo, it's just Techo, it's not TechoCon. Yay! If I get one more, my whole badge is basically paid for. And I love Techo. So Techo's so well ran, and it's so pretty, and it's just, each time I visit Techo, I'm like, is this just in my head, or is it just really this good of a con? And I come back like, yeah, it's just really good. Congrats, thank you. What is the panel topics? The first one I got approved was because it's 10 years, and because I was like, fuck it, we ball. It's called FNAF Lore Crash Course. And it'll basically be in a very game theory style, going through each of the games, being like, if you guys don't know FNAF, and you're all caught up, and what's the hype about? And also to explain why you just kind of had to be there, let me go over the crash course of all the lore so you can be caught up on why this is all important. So I'm there, right? I'm that one I still need to make and finish up. It's going to be very PowerPoint style, but I have a couple I have submitted that aren't PowerPoint style. I want to start doing more panels that are not just very PowerPoint style, which is nothing wrong with it. I just wanted, like, MagFest really made me open my eyes to, like, what panels could be, and I'm excited. And the other one is my cosplay design one that I presented at home at. So I'm that's already made and ready to go. Right? I also submitted one called Mario Music Madness, which is like a Jeopardy style, just like, but also like Shazam it, where it's like guessing what Mario music at what game, and if you couldn't name the theme, what it's from. Because I went through a stint of listening to a whole bunch of music from the Wii era, and I was like, people are sleeping on this. I forgot how not only did Sonic, but also Mario went for full orchestra music on their games for the Wii era, and it was so good. Specifically I will say Sonic Colors and Mario Galaxy, the first one. Like, those ones are so good. And they mix not only orchestra, but also a lot of electronic music into it, and it's just so beautiful. Okay, absolutely. For, like, the Persona Music Quiz, go ahead, please. Because, again, I want to be able to do more unique style panels, but also just, like, have more fun with them. I want to get back into doing panels. Ever since my burnout, even before my burnout, I've been trying to work with this, but even more so now, like, I want to repair my relationship with my hobby. I want to repair my relationship with conventions and cons and cosplay, because I still love it down there, but I feel like there's some stuff that's really holding me back from loving it the way I used to, and I need to, like, reframe my mind. I need to put myself through my own cognitive behavioral therapy and really just reframe my mind and take me back to why I got into this stuff in the first place. So, hello! Hi! Wait! Is this what I think it is? I think I know who this is. If this is Steph, hi! We out here wearing a wig because I washed it today and I felt like it was very productive. Honestly, for a $3 wig I got off from Mercari, I honestly love this wig. Oh, hello! You're not Steph, you're the Tamari. Hello. Hear me out. I am still thinking. I every, couple weeks to a month or so, I check back in on Ghost and Pal's channel, and I'm like, have they dropped the last song in the song series yet? Have they yet? I still think I was just rewatching some of the series with a friend to introduce them, and the cool demonic metal and chord angel wings that Tamari has at the end of World's End Normopathy. It's so cool. I love it. That would be such a dream thing to make. Cons bring back interesting panels. No, absolutely. And that's the thing. Like I said, MagFest specifically really inspired me to be for panels, I've been so close-minded to be they all have to be in this or a certain type or this and that to even be accepted or people want to go to. This and that. MagFest made me realize, no, it doesn't have to be. And they could be really cool and interesting. To this day, I should go back. I think in your one app, the Eventi, I think I can go in to look at the whole schedule again. There's some hilarious ones, some cool ones, and some ones that are just I would never think about this, but also this makes me think about, because I never thought this would be good as a panel, but you're proving me wrong. One of them, we couldn't even get into, mind you. So hear out this concept. So it was called E3 2004, 2011 or something. I think it was called E3 2011. The concept is that we all watch the whole live stream from E3 from 2011, and then we all react to each announcement as if it was E3 2011. It was our first time seeing it for the first time. That's the whole panel. And we're like, oh my god, that sounds hilarious. We need to enter. We couldn't. It was at max capacity. We couldn't enter. We couldn't enter the panel. And I was like, that's so cool. I was like, that's so funny. And it's kind of wholesome energy. And that's the best way I can describe MagFest. It's just amazing, wholesome energy. And so, yeah. I feel quit the painting. Almost community business drama. Yeah, exactly, Renegade Raccoon. And that's why for a while, even though I felt guilty for a while, I mean, obviously, because like I said earlier, grad classes, 2 research teams, 3 jobs, blah, blah, blah. I basically became dead to the world for a while. Even my closest people in my inner circle did not hear from me for a long time. And it was very... people on Instagram have not heard from me in a long time. I'm still barely on there once in a while. It feels very overwhelming sometimes. And it's because it's such a double-edged sword. It feels like at times, because I want to go on and see the inspirational stuff. I want to see my friends' cosplays. I want to be happy. But also, you're bound to see stuff, too, that brings you back into the real world, which I understand people want to do to raise, awareness or, to news. It's also that. But also, it's shit, I wanted to come here to be... I can't pick and choose and filter sometimes with that. And that's why sometimes the nuance is such a interesting thing, because some people are like, every channel should be raising awareness for this. You can't just say it's not what you post because that's BS. I'm like, yes, but then there's people like me who's sometimes I need that channel that's just showing this stuff because I just need to away from the world for a bit. It's weird. I'm going into a weird tangent, but basically I'll go on to Insta for a while, but then it'll become overwhelming. And it sucks because I do want to be there for everybody, and I am interested in the stuff they're posting, but it just feels like right now I don't have the mental capacity for everything, and I want to be inspired, but also there is a chance I'll be more burnt out's the wrong word, but like by seeing all of it, overwhelmed again. But it's the kind of the way to go for the love of it. Exactly. I'm definitely trying to get back into not trying to pressure myself and put these weird pressures onto it of myself of maintaining a certain thing. Is that everything in my DMs? Are you talking about like Insta or Discord? You said Discord. Let me check Discord. Oh, my sister. Yay, stream, but I'm at con. Same. At least I'm in luck. I'll be free. You guys are all fine. I appreciate it. I know Brooke's not seeing this. I love my sister. You're wonderful. I know you're at a con. Have a good time. It made me so happy to see you having fun at a con. Have a great time, please. You don't get to go as many as I do. So have a great time. Oh, I see. Damn. Ooh. Oh yeah, I see you've thought about this stuff. Okay. Yeah. I thought about something like this too, because like I wanted to have one where you can have big teams, like the whole I want because again, MagFest really inspired me, and I've seen people talking about like MagFest in there because I'm back to go to MagFest. It is a great time. Not only is it is really I don't mean this lightly. MagFest really gave me faith in cons again. Like, or not only faith in cons, but it reminded me the beauty of cons and why we go to cons. It was such a good time. And it's because it's obvious the people around it are different, but also the staff make sure they what's it called? Culture or what's it called? Procure a certain environment. And they're very good at it. And, you know, it is very exactly the opposite of what we've seen at the Geekdom Con right now that's being heavily under fire for some of the stuff. MagFest is heavily cultivate. Thank you. Sorry. I still have biochemistry on the brain and like my cancer research where I'm like, culture the cells. Like, cell culture is no, it went wrong. Our second one in 2 weeks. But MagFest was honestly one of the most accessible cons for everybody. They really, for not only any mental things, like, so mind you, I think we had a good time too because we had a room at the Gaylord. It really helped the experience because there's times where you're getting off the floor and you're in your room changing. On the channels on the TV at MagFest in the rooms, they are broadcasting panels, they're broadcasting the orchestras, they're broadcasting the raves, they're broadcasting like the concerts. They have it on the TV in a very professional setup. They have and in between panels they have these cute little ads that they're showing off the indies like panel rooms and stuff, but also they're advertising the quiet rooms. They're advertising, hey, if there's anything that's going wrong, if there's anything with you need to contact security, this and that about, here's our phone number, here's our text, please let us know. Like, they have some of these cute little ads too that are very like, feels like college, high school-esque, like trying to put together a low budget ad, but it's actually really nice still. It was very like, several times me and my friend Marjorie were like almost started crying out of like, this is so nice. Like, that's what Dragon also does. I believe that. But also just the people there feel very respectful of everybody else. Specifically, there was an area where it is music and gaming. It's not an anime festival, you know, it is music and gaming, which, but it was also the Sonic theme this year, so it was a lot of, like, Sonic crossovers, people crossed over, but cosplay's not a huge thing there, which is fascinating. Like, it was so nice, too, of an experience, because a lot of times I feel pressured, from myself, mainly, to make sure I cosplay all 3 days, because I want to make sure I make the most out of my experience, but... and in that, like, the ticket was so much, like, I have to make the most out of the experience. I have to make the most out of, like, the time. MagFest, mind you, it's not a cheap ticket. But also, it was such a good experience that I didn't even feel pressured to cosplay the last day. And I was, like, walking around having a great time. Cosplay, I feel like, it's become such a main thing of anime conventions that, like, you have to have, like, a good experience. if you are a cosplayer, but in reality, you don't have to. But it's just, especially in American cons, we have pressured ourselves to be that way. And it was interesting. It was definitely, it was just, it's so hard to put into words. I want to make a whole little, like, article style, like, writing out what was so nice as someone who's been going to anime conventions for, you know, on and off 10 years, going to MagFest and going, wow, this is nice. The con staff genuinely, I wish my con staff don't want to see the would exactly. Yeah, I get that, but they're all busy. I get that. I mean, shit, I would love to be someone, you know, I'll be our small little town. I'll be like Amanda from Soul Entertainment. I'll come to them being like, I've gone to a lot, and I've gone to a lot of different ones. I've gone to the straight up tattoo ones before anime, you know, inked was a thing. I've been to these other ones. I've been to I want to go to more conventions that are not specifically anime focused. I've been to a couple now. It's like, let me give something to you, like, to work with. But it was really, it's because what we taught is so normal, and then I see stuff like what MagFest does. I'm like, oh, no, the bare minimum can be stuff like this, because mind you, MagFest is huge, and if they can do things at this grand scale, then, like, there's no excuse for, like, some of the smaller ones. And it was really cool. It's hard to explain. There were so many different factors that they factored in to really make it a good experience for everybody. Yep, I've heard really good stuff about PAX Unplugged and GenCon. So we actually had on our, I just saw Eggy today on our calendar, shared calendar. They just deleted GenCon. We had plans to go, but we don't have any, like, extra time off or the funds right now to go to it. That is not right now, and that is definitely not in the cards. So, even though I can write them off my taxes, I can't really have the extra money right now. I have to go to my car. I had brake troubles at ASEN. So, dance to Rolex, taking your cinematic tales, person, the girl is. No, that's real. Like, I want to do more performances too. But I think the hardest part is finding people to do it with that I could do it with, that have either up to, like, see my vision or want to do it with me, or that we can schedule choreograph, because that's, like, the hardest part. That is, I mean, Eggy and I have a plan for something, but it's more of, like, a jokey, just kind of thing where it's not, I have so many ideas for, like, music-based things, but that's so hard to correlate with people, especially because half my friends are in the Midwest, 10-15 hours away, and half of them are kind of here, but we're all in different parts of the East Coast, where it's like, would I, like, it's so hard to do, but have been having issues and it makes me sad. No, it's so real. That's one thing that I've been trying to tell my friends when I went back out, when I took them out to, like, ASEN. I was like, hey, like, we have some good cons, but you have to understand that a lot of people here, we don't have a lot of options. It's weird being someone who's from the Midwest with those ones, coming out here and having too many options. And they're all by different people with, you know, I had to have to explain to them the weird monopolization that one person has on the cons and how that's affected the con community, as well as, you know, the Midwest itself. You have these weird areas of, like, we're kind of deserted around us, you know, when it comes to cities. The reason why there's so many options out here in the East Coast is because everything's so close to each other. Us as Midwesterners, we're so used to, we have to drive several hours to get to a city. And then we have to drive how many more hours and hours and hours to get to anywhere else. And it's so spread across, you know, the middle. It's so, there's so much farmland, but it's so sparse. And that's why you have, like, a pocket of a city here, and then a pocket of a city here, and then here. But then it's, like, all farmland. Like, you've kind of got the Milwaukee, Chicago, and then what else? You know, like, big cities. We're talking, like, US-wise. But out here, I think, you know, East Coast people don't understand they have it so easily, is because within 2 hours, and if pushing it 3 hours, you can get to almost any major city. Where I'm living right now, within a couple hours, varying, granted, the most I would say is maybe 4 hours, but that's also because I'm not taking the toll roads and going through the mountains, so it adds, like, an extra hour. But at most 4 hours, but, like, mostly 2-ish, FMOT, between 2 and 3. I can get from Philly, Pittsburgh, under 2 hours, I can get to DC, I can go to Baltimore, I can go to, like, there's so many different cities. DC being the closest one to us, which is crazy for most people. Oh, Harrisburg, the capital. There's so many different cities, and they're all so close together. And I feel like people take around the DMV area, take that for granted. All right, I'm losing chat. Sorry. Fell impacts on issues. Yeah, it really makes me sad because the Midwest scene is really nice people and really talented people. They are very close knit because we're also like very isolated. But I forgot to mention like Minneapolis stuff out there too. But that's also like an extra like how many hours, to prove my point. But there's so many good people. It's just sad that we tend to be very, very isolated. So from a lot of other conventions, but that's why the monopolization effect did happen. MagFests are generally friendlier. Yeah, no, absolutely. They're more friendly. They're very friendly. Like I was saying, I forgot to finish my story before, but there's an area because it's music and gaming that different artists and that come through and they'll sit and they'll play music or this and that and have acts. I don't know if they're scheduled or not, but regardless, I was behind this two people and we're having a good time, like woo. And then like they're playing Electric Callboy and I was jamming out with them with their speaker and we started getting to that area and they knew this person was there. And he's like, oh, he's like starts turning it way, way, way down because he doesn't want to obstruct the person. And I'm like, that is such, I think because people there genuinely are there because they appreciate music and gaming, like to just go over someone's performance is so disrespectful. He understands that is their time, that is respectful, which I feel like I wouldn't see at certain other conventions, like let's say Katsucon, because they're more focused about being the main character of the room and like it's all eyes on them and be this and that they're drowning out this person having this performance over here and they're having great music, but they're more focused. Like to see that, like even that small thing I saw, I was like, that is such a difference from what I see. And I think it's because MagFest cultivates its people very much, and what I mean by that as attendees is that they will harshly punish and this and that and set up things and lead by example. Like they really plant the seeds, sow the seeds, pluck out the weeds. They've cultivated their garden really well for the atmosphere of MagFest. And I started getting their newsletters for volunteers and stuff, and they genuinely, it shows how much the volunteers care about this convention. And that's also why, and also they compensate their volunteers very nice. Like I can see why, like people do it. It adds to why the volunteers will care is because they're compensated well. Yeah, good luck. It's very interesting how to describe that atmosphere because it's just good all the way around. And I was trying to pick up on like why I mean they also don't have like the balcony banners like Katsu and stuff. People got in trouble. This sounds really weird when I say this, but I kind of liked the punishment they had for it because one person apparently didn't know and he did get in trouble and everyone's like, oh, we're sad for you, he didn't know that. I liked what they had as the punishment because it felt very, yes, you need to be punished and it's going to hurt, so people are not going to want to do this, but it gives you a chance to grow and change and come back in the future and be a person. But, basically, it also doesn't bar them from not coming. So basically, if you got caught with that rule of you're not allowed any balcony flags because then you basically got blacklisted from the Gaylord hotel list because it was like we're talking about like the Gaylord atriums and stuff. Like they didn't want it to be like Katsucon. They did not want to be associated with that. They're like, we're not going to have balcony flags. This is not Katsucon. This is a different vibe for a reason. So somebody apparently did the memo. Sorry for them, and that's like rough. But you got blacklisted from getting another room there. I think it's like 2 years. It's like 2 to 5 years. One of the like around there. Which is like, yeah, that's a harsh punishment. No one's gonna want to do that then. But also, like, you obviously can still come back, and then you're not barred from the convention. You're just barred from the rooms, and it's the only ones under your name too. I think if someone brought you in as a person under that, it's nothing I could do to stop them if I was a staff member. But I was like, it just goes to show that they've really thought about things, and I think that really adds to the atmosphere. And like I said, the unique panels, the unique design, the amount of accessibility they have for people, whether they're neurodivergent or disabled or this and that, it was immaculate. And just waking up on the Saturday morning or Sunday morning, one of those two, apparently every year they have the community orchestra playing video game music down there, and people down there, it's a tradition every year, and there's people on their balcony just sitting out and listening to the music, and because of it, like, it's kind of an older crowd. I think what adds to just the genuinely friendlier people at MagFest. Most can be very isolating and separate, but I feel oh yeah, I didn't finish the rest of your comment, but absolutely, and I just went on a fucking 10-minute rant on that. So many people, almost like 80k. I'm assuming you meant like Gen Con or MagFest, either way, but yeah, people are spreading the word to like people at Katsucon too. It's just, here's the thing, I've been trying to write something like this for the Lights Camera Cosplay magazine as well. Like, there's what I've learned specifically when trying to talk to people about cons of why I like them, ones over other ones, and why maybe I don't understand why people like this one over the other one, blah, 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 is that there are 3 types of cons in my opinion over the entire umbrella, and there's some smaller ones that can go into subdivisions that I've sorted out. But specifically, I'm not someone... Here's my... I like a party scene, but also with the people I'm heading out. Okay, I love you! Absolutely! Thank you for popping in. We'll talk more later. I didn't even get to sew. I'm so sorry. I thank you for popping in, my dear. I would love to have more of a party atmosphere, but I also know that when I go with friends, and I typically go with friends, I don't tend to go more into the party atmosphere. So, Katsucon is a heavy, heavy party atmosphere. Hey! I appreciate you. Your presence lightens my day. So, but yeah, I don't mind a party atmosphere, but I also know that some people in my friend groups, I don't, but also I tend to get more overwhelmed with them because I'm more with them. By myself, I don't care much. I'm more free-flowing. It's a whole thing. Katsucon is way more of a party con when, specifically MagFest, I would say is more of a community con than it is an industry con. It's not really someone industry con. It's for the games, I guess it is, but you don't go there for the big names. You go there because of the specific community environment. 8 viewers. Oh my god. Hello. Hi. How are you doing today? But I was playing Laundry Store Simulator from my I should send a wellness check. Oh, she just laughed. That's so funny, honestly. Oh my gosh. Alright, I need to catch up on the chat. I'm so sorry. 1 second. Performance icons are my one true love. I want to get back into performances as well. I miss it. I really do. And I want to do performances. But it's hard to choreograph something by myself that won't, like, kill me. I've been trying to find the wonder of, like, making something that is really entertaining for people and high and upbeat by yourself, but that's kind of hard to do because, like, with more people, as you know, as a performer, it's easier to have less movements, but in succession with more stuff. Like, there's simpler stuff that can be more beautiful, like, and entertaining and keeps your attention, because there's definitely stuff that I've watched where I'm like, I see where they had the idea in their head, but this is not really interesting to watch. I mean, for hell's sake, I've judged a convention's, like, show like that as more of the judge. It was a smaller convention, but it was for the masquerade stuff. Like, I had to judge that with another judge, and then as well as the other one. But like, I guess because of it, I put more pressure on myself, where I'm like, I want something that's very entertaining for everybody to watch and still captivating, but that's really hard to do when you're only one person, and especially if it's mainly music focused and to a musical piece rather than something else. And if I had more people, obviously there could be more simpler actions in a way that would indict a more compelling and captivating performance. All right, catch back up on chat. I had the time of my life, and having idol for the cosplay. Exactly. I also want to get back into the cosplay contests. I do. I want to get back into stuff that really brought me joy. I worry too much about just being down on the floor all the time, and I need to stop worrying about that and actually enjoy just doing stuff I want to enjoy. And everything at Rollins Mount. Yippee! Yeah, everything will be. Wait to Kitsune, so it's like 5 hours away. Yeah, exactly. It's like, and that's like one of the closer ones. But that's also like not even one of the bigger ones, and so it's kind of interesting. They're the one with the ironing board. No photography at Dragon Con is still so weird to me. And then Allison head out, so blah blah blah. I'm big in people watching and simply having a group of like hang out with like whoa. Yeah, it depends for me. I'm getting better too about making sure I'm okay with. Sometimes I ruin my own good time because I tend to be a weird mom figure in my mind where I'm like, I need to make sure everyone else is having a good time. And if they're not having a good time, I'm not having a good time, or I need to fix it. And sometimes I worry myself sick about why they're not having a good time and then I ruin my own good time. So I need to fix that. and just worry about myself having a good time. And if they need to tell me their boundaries, like, I don't want to feel selfish, but also I need to, like, enjoy my time. It's a whole thing. Anyways, there's gonna be an ad. I'll be right back. Hi, honey. I wanna go get food. Come with me? All right. Starting to get to the ravenous part of my meds where it's like went from no hungry to you're absolutely hungry. Put this to the side though, because I'm starting to shake. Well, I can't do that. I want to be an idol baby. Absolutely. You already are an idol and you know that. Really though, I think this year overall, I just started the inspiration year. I get that. Even just like writing stuff for my campaigns recently, or trying to design something, or I've definitely, I told this to some friends as well as my like therapist. Definitely the worlds I used to escape to with my imagination, how long ago and stuff, have been harder to tap back into. And it's not just because like quote unquote I'm getting older and stuff, but like I was used as a protective coping mechanism for me. But now that I'm in the real world, and I've been definitely trying to keep myself in the real world, I've almost been doing it too well, where sometimes I can't really dip back into that fantasy world. And it's been really hard for me to do. I wish I can. I want to do that again with some animes and imagine myself in it, as well as like, or this and that, and just get lost in it. And it's been harder to do lately, and I think that's where a lost of my inspiration and stuff is from. Pokemon, bye! I appreciate you being here though. Thank you. It means a lot to me. I'll have a good rest of my stream. I'll actually like fold paper or sew something, or but you guys have been really, really sweet to me today. Thank you for the company, honestly. I needed it. Oh! She's skedaddling. Alright. Yeah. That was last year for me. Yeah, I think we all go through it, and I just have to tell myself that, because I definitely beat myself up over it. Because, I mean, I mentioned burnout, but it's not just in terms of, like, for me, it feels like it wasn't burnout in terms of, like, inspiration or ideas, but mainly just not wanting to do it or finding joy in it. And I knew what I was going to do, but I couldn't make myself do it. But definitely there has been more spurts of that inspirational burnout too. That's been really rough. So, yay. Sorry, I just realized being on stream, people probably don't like the sound of chewing. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, if I have time, then I don't have the money, and if I have the money, then I don't have the time. And it's been... Okay, that'll get me going for a while. Where is... That's not even... Okay, my brain's thinking it has stuff, but it doesn't. Alright. That being said... we have a certain drag girly we need to make the dress of. Well, it's like a pants and skirt, but it's like a pseudo dress. Okay. See, here's the thing. I need to tell myself, that's what I've been telling myself, and I've been hurting myself. You don't need to lock in. You don't need to make them. Actually, if you stop pressuring yourself, you'll find yourself being way more drawn to making to want them. And it's hard, trust me, easier said than done. Preaching to the choir. I get it. But I've been trying to really change the way I talk to myself too, because a lot of cosplayers, we talk like that, and then I think it slowly really affects our brain chemistry of like, oh, we need to? Well, now I don't want to. And I'm like, oh shit. So, it's rough. And, you know, sometimes, like, I really did not like the prompt going around that went around on my stories for all being like, post the cosplay you took the shortest amount of time for, and people are showing these crazy ass stuff and like how short of time they made it, and it in my mind really affected me, being like, oh well, I need to be able to like make something quick and fast like that, and forgetting that social media is not real. And I'm not saying that I don't believe them, because I know some of those people, I know they made it in that short amount of time, but I need to stop thinking that that's like a standard I need to be held by. You know? It's rough. Some of the cosplayers that I follow that give me the most inspiration, that I consider some of the best cosplayers out there, and ones that have won many of grand, you know, championships, competitions, blah blah blah, like are even like heavily decorated as cosplayers, they don't have a lot of followers. A lot of them I follow have less than 1,000. And so I'm just like, followers does not equal skill or worth, and in the end I would rather have, you know, something like that to say that I did and I have, rather than like I did that and I worked for it, rather than like, you know, if followers come, then great, but I need to stop worrying about that. It's been rough, because, you know, in the end, what would I rather be, say I'm proud to have, and followers or the ribbons and stuff and the trophies. And I was like, I'd rather do that. So that's cool to me. So, and that's not to like shame anybody at all. I'm just telling myself how to help with my frame of mind. All right. Okay, I hope my phone is not connected to the TV, because I just want to play a video to listen to in my ears while I'm also doing this. Let's just play a random video and see if it does pop up. But I want to have the background music going too, because I need overstimulation. Let's see, let's put in a grunt video. Oh, hold on. I did see you posted some whips in the server. I've not looked at them yet, but I was like really happy. It was because I was already thinking about coming back and making a stream to keep myself company during these like later hours of the night. And then I saw like somebody posted. I was like, oh my god, I like somebody still like remembers the server, and it makes me really happy. Okay, this is still good. Yes. And that's the best part about cosplay, is like, I'm just gonna attempt this crazy stuff and see what happens. So I'm excited to look at it. I haven't looked at it yet, but from what you were like labeling with it, I was really excited. I think I was traveling somewhere when you punched it. I'm a chronic con cruncher. I know. I am too, and that's also why I'm like, hi! You're meowing over here? Yeah. You're gonna start meowing as soon as I'm gonna start sewing, really? We'll do a classic. Hold on. I really have to scroll down for this one. It's hardest part is deciding a video before you start eating. Ah! We'll do this one for now. Alright. Yeah, exactly. So it's like to like improve yourself on a challenge and stuff, and it's just such a beauty of the hobby, of being like, I did that. That's so cool. And I love when people ask me how I did something, and I'm just like, or even if they didn't ask, if not prompted, I will be like, so fun fact, like, this is like made out of this and stuff. People will like keep that stuff, is so weird to me. I say as I have a pattern, but like, I'm gonna make it free and stuff, because I've realized too, I was like, also, there was something I read something recently, and I guess I never realized until it was like in my face, but it's like, we are this quote-unquote generation stuff, but like these past couple years, like we've been we've been taught that we have to monetize everything in our lives. Our hobbies are this mad that we have to with every little thing. When in reality, we don't have to. You shouldn't feel like you must monetize everything you do. And not just a way of like, yes, struggling, like you have to like monetize it, but also in a way where it's like, oh, you're doing good, you must put that up for a pattern, like pay for it. It's like, don't just give away for free, like charge for it. And it's like, a lot of what started this community, as well as many other communities in hobbies and crafts, especially in this crafting and making space, was people sharing how they did something out of pure joy and the pure love of the craft. And the pure love of human creation. And it definitely, when seeing that, made me realize too, like, oh yeah, things have, I won't say like things have changed, but it's like, oh yeah, I didn't realize how much that's affected me. Alright, we are going to do, tension is a 1. We'll do 1.2. What do they want me to have this as? Let's see. Length 4. Long stitch. Long. Very loose stitch is what I'm hoping for. Yeah, I didn't realize how much that was in my brain, and that I have to kind of beat it out of my brain sometimes and not do it, because part of me wants to, but also part of me is like, why? Like, okay, you're not someone who has a great big body, like, it's fine, stop, you know? But also in a hard time, part of me wants to, but also it's like, that looks so weird though, if you're like, it's, yeah, I'm trying, I don't want to be somebody who like does annoyingly, and you just need to kind of really take a step back sometime and go, let's assess this. Are we sure? We're doing it for the right reasons. I'm like, no. And so, alright, let's see if this will work. Come on. And what am I making? I am making, if any of you have watched Dr. Stone, it's the only, you know, just the one thing I will not shut up about. And I now have a tattoo of. Oh, shit. Oh, what the? Hopefully this is fine. So there is a specific scene in the Treasure Island arc where the gang has to infiltrate a harem, and after making, you know, shampoo and conditioner and this and makeup and stuff for the first time, like makeup and shampoo and conditioner and beauty stuff, to try and doll up one of the characters to go in, they're like, we need some more people to have more chances to get in this harem for the selection. And so they also glam up and drag Senku, Gen, Ginro, and Soyuz at the time, the guys on the trip. And in that scene, which has become great within the fandom, my friend asked, like, do you want to do those versions of Senku and Gen? I was like, yes, I would, absolutely. I already do a female version of Gen. I was like, it's just a one hop and a skip away from doing the Treasure Island girly version, like drag versions they did. To try and get into the harem. And it was only for like one scene, because they're like, yeah, this is not gonna work, he said. And he's like, you might if you just keep your mouth shut. I was like, 300 pair. Oh. Nah, you're so right, Patters. And like, and it's stuff like that I have to remind myself about, because especially being a manager for my one friend as well in his business, they're so focused on how much they can get in certain revenue and stuff as well, that I sometimes accidentally carry that over into my stuff. And I really need to remind myself of things like that. And so, ooh, so many big words. And definitely lost a lot of my vocabulary. Okay, yeah, this is the top side. Okay. So. I'm trying to do better about taking time to actually do things the proper way instead of itching to cut corners. That's been a big thing for me trying to do. Okay, this is like, it's too in place. It's not gonna, yeah, okay. So, I'll need something, I might just have to hand needle it. Oops. Okay, yeah, so this is the top of the skirt. Okay, so I got the right side of it. I just think that we will do it by hand needle. Have to make sure it's this length. Scissors. Bum, 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 bum. Yapping for an hour straight and then it goes silent. Now I'm just here as y'all's company, as you are my company. Oh, come on. I'm dyeing my hair while watching. Sounds good. I'm definitely wearing a wig right now, but my hair color is an interesting one right now. But I have to wait until I'm in a better spot to try and re-dye it, or if I come across money to re-dye my hair at the salon again. quote unquote salon. It's my ladies. I get like a full bleach cut and color and everything and wash like for $80. It's a great fucking deal. Sounds good. No worries. I'll just be here kind of until I go on to another long rant for some reason, or long-winded. I needed that though. I appreciate you guys just being here, talking with me. But until then, I'll probably be pretty silent too, and that's why I have the music in the background. And if you can't hear it in the background, let me know. I can turn it up. Otherwise, if you don't want to hear it and you think it's fine too. Yeah, we're all just chilling out together. So, while we all work on stuff, it's very, very body doubling core. What's up, honey? Oh, she sees the thread. She's entranced. No, honey, it's not for you. Please do not bat my string. I can hear. Awesome. Had a commission mistake with last one, so another variable to account. Fair. Stone design. Are you talking about like Dr. Stone design? Or you'll have to remind me. I am sorry, my memory is horrible. It scares me sometimes how bad my memory is. Last one I did was a pendant with a customer. Oh, new dimming patination. That makes sense. I'm so surrounded by like people who do chemistry as well as like fans of things that are chemistry based, like Dr. Stone, that sometimes I forget. I'm like, are we talking about something fictional or something real? Because as someone who's parts of both, I'm like, when someone starts talking about something like Dr. Stone, I'm like, oh, I'll start like talking real chemistry with them, and they're like, I just watch it, man. And I was like, oh, sorry. So I had to remind myself if you were talking about real chemistry or not. Oh. Oh. Yeah, no, that stuff is very interesting. It's like baking, but one slightest. I'm just thinking about one of my friends' undergraduate research that they had to go through, and they did 16 different trials of this one. They were trying to do like electron withdrawing variation of this one compound, transition compound, and every single one of them came out wrong. And one time when they weren't looking for 2 seconds, it got to the gel-like structure. They're trying to get a crystal and solidify. Well, solidified, but it was like in a not a pure crystal structure where they could do an x-ray on it. And so they were trying to figure out what made it so it did that way, like some freak breeze of the wind, like, and every little thing were just like they couldn't get it back to that position. It was so funny. Like, as my one overseer, research overhead, would tell us sometimes, you can do everything right, but sometimes you have taken the variable of just praying to the chemistry gods and hoping things go right. Right. Too accurate, yeah. He was the PhD or the doctorate teacher in the department that had the most publications. He's the one that I made this compound. Oh, you can't see it, but there's a compound lightly around it. You see a metallic crown made out of ytterbium that I got to make. That was the first time where I felt very like, it's a big moment for me in my research journey. Like, I felt truly like a scientist. It's when I made that and it got sent off to Paris for further X-ray crystal X-ray crystal like data, like analysis, that's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, exactly. It's so weird. So funny to me because like just got pray to the chemistry gods because something gets blown in the wind, a certain compound, a little element you didn't even see about, and then suddenly boom, either you're going the right way or the wrong way and you have no idea why. And it's just so much chance that goes into chemistry. You can do everything right and still get a 17% yield. Okay, we're rooshed at the top. Ooh. Slip stitch press edges. I probably should bring the iron in too. I probably should iron this into place. Duality with cartoon characters, Mr. Carlson, science. Wait, no. Yeah. But that's why, like, I get so passionate about the show Dr. Stone, because the main character takes those stereotypes of smart characters or intelligent characters and kind of turns it on its head and goes, hey, no, they're people who are just people who also make mistakes, who also, like, they're not, the stereotype that they're all, like, what's it called, socially inept and stuff and don't know what's going on, like, that's why I appreciate it. As someone, I felt like just because I'm in chemistry and that we get put on a pedestal, and this is a show that says, no, I mean, they're just regular people too. and they enjoy it and they get excited by it, but also they can make mistakes. And I was like, thank you. There's a lot of times where the main character is like, I can't do this. This is beyond me. And they're like, what do you mean it's beyond you? And he's like, I don't know this. He's like, what do you mean you don't know? And I'm like, thank God they show a character like this for once. Because, Oy. There we go. Nope, don't fall over. Here we go. Alright. Let me go grab the iron real quick. Careful not to trip on the wire right there. Alright. Because I think I have to press this as well. Pipe interfacing the wrong side. Oh. And then press under the unnotched edge of the weight band. Yeah. Centimeters. Is that much? That's a lot. That feels like a lot. Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Okay, that is... I'm crashing pretty hard though, so I'm gonna call it a night. That's fine. Have a good night. Absolutely. Thank you for popping in. Okay. Alright, iron. Heat up. Pulls. I really need an ironing board. an art show tomorrow that generally don't want to go before. I'm glad you're back. Reach out anytime. Absolutely. Have a good time. I wrote down to message you about Ren Fair stuff, so appreciate it. But go get some sleep, please. Appreciate you being here. Will do. Will do. Have a good night. I started going back to, I'm very heartbroken over Joanne still, but it definitely made me go back and check out the fabric outlet place in my town, and oh my gosh, I don't feel as, like, hopeless anymore with Joanne's going, because our fabric outlet warehouse is so nice. Like, so much stuff he has, and I'm like, sir, this is amazing. Where'd you get this? No, and that's why I was like super heartbroken, is because when I was in Wisconsin, like that was the only like accessible thing. It's not about Joann's in general. I have no loyalty to Joann's as a business. That's not what I'm heartbroken about. What I'm heartbroken about is, like, I think with a lot of other people, it's just like the loss of accessibility for many people as it being a big box store. It was the only place for a lot of people to get their, the only accessible place to get the stuff they would need for big projects like that. Yeah, and the other places, it only caters to quilters. Like, they only cater to quilters. They don't cater to, like, a larger, scope. Yeah, and we don't talk about that one. There it is. I've been having such a bad year. Bad as in, like, oh my god, it's strong on me. Eurovision brain rot. I have the Ukrainian song from this year stuck in my head right now. Please stay with me, please don't go. Oh, it's so good. It's called Birds of Prey. It's a great song. Highly recommend. Check it out. Check out all this year's Eurovision stuff. It was just like bangers after bangers after bangers. That's real. Hey, Hobby Lobby, push out all the good hobby stores. They sell those plastic model kits. Yep. And it's sad because my partner as well as my friends got me into like Gunpla and like plastic model kits and stuff. Like, it's just like 3D puzzle. It's awesome. I don't want it from them. What the fuck? Hold on. got a project for Anime Magic I gotta work on. I'm like, no, IRL fabric shopping. I've been trying to do better about only shopping for what I need right now with fabrics, and that's been so hard. I'm such a bad fabric hoarder. But I also feel that where I'm like, I'm assuming that's what you mean, where I'm like, I need to, well, either you mean that as in like, I need to use what I have for now in my project before I start buying more stuff, or you mean it in a way of, oh no, I have this project, but there's no IRL place for me to go get my stuff now. That's so sad. Viewers send me a fabric hoarding. Yeah, I like seeing the color and weight of fabrics IRL. Exactly. That's why I was like, even just shopping online was like, I can't do it. I can't. So that's what I was also really sad about. But again, the fabric outlet I have in town, I've been very much blessed by. And it's a fabric outlet, so it's like for cheap as well. And the guy's awesome. So I got all of this fabric for like $4 a yard. And I got like several yards, and again, it's all like overstock stuff. Like he's just like, it's this guy just being like, I'll this much for it. And like you can kind of bargain and stuff with him. He's an awesome guy. Sauna. Alright. Okay. I'm doing better. 9. Put the right sides together, pin waistband to skirt, match up. Yes. Basic stitch. Trying to do an LLC amount, so. Gotcha. Oh shit, hold on. I need to turn it back to this. 2. Oh, come on. Oh shit, did I just fuck up here? Okay, maybe not. Oh no. Hold on. Where's my seam ripper? It's never what you want to hear. Literally, rip seams, absolutely. It's all fun and games until Seam Ripper joins the party. try this again. Wait, so 10, hold band the right side together, stitch across the left and the other to the right. So we do that. Okay. Hi! Oh my gosh, hello! Hello, madame. How are you doing? Hello. Everyone's popping in tonight. I did not expect, like... Oh, thank you! I got it for like less than $5 on Mercari, and I had to give it a bath and stuff, and I gave it a shampooing, and I detangled it today and blow dried it out. But no, here's the thing. I know I would rock with bangs, but like my natural hair is too curly that I would have to like put product or flatten it each day. Oop, hold on, this side is a little rough now. But honestly, like, this wig is great. I was gonna do something with it and I forgot. There's several hairstyles I can do with this. I'm really excited. Yeah, it was really cheap on Mercari from somebody. But I had to brush it, and after washing it, shampooing, or not shampooing it, but conditioner, brushing it, and then I put on the cold setting on the blow dryer, and I was just like brushing it on blow dry, and I was just like, I felt like a hairdresser, because I'm like, oh, look at those, like the way it lays and everything. Oh, so pretty. I actually had to cut them because I think the person before tried to match the stuff down here with like marker because it just didn't look good, and so I trimmed it up a bit, and so it's just briefly on it. But I just, or I don't know if it was natural with the wig, because I was like, that looks really bad if it was coming from this. So, oh my gosh, hopefully you had a good time. Hopefully you had a good time. So, by the way, hopefully you know how much I talk about you to my friends and how cool they are, because my friends really dig that like internet core like 2000s as well, and like I literally all the time I'm just like, look at this person, look at their stuff. It's everything. So I hope you have a good night, and I appreciate you. Sorry, I'm like, stuff is now getting caught again. Yeah, like I just, oh my god, I kind of miss this length of hair, honestly. I would look dope with this hairstyle. Here's the thing, I realized I would look good with a bob as well, because I've worn wigs with bobs, but my hair is not naturally straight. It's not. And for a lot of these hairstyles, my hair would have to be naturally straight. And so to maintain it, I would need to like put effort each morning to like flat ironing it and stuff or something. And I can't do that, man. I can't. It sucks. So wear like the straight bobbed wigs or like the skip ones. I'm like, shit, I look so good. And it has like bang stuff as well. But I'm like, but I know realistically I couldn't do this. Oh my god, because like, it's real, it's true, honey. I do. I know, Ace, and I showed your profile to at least like 2 different people. Alright, the back of my head is probably gonna show. Alright, so we'll make it a lower ponytail. Oops, and I just, wigs still be wigs. Wigs still be cheap wigs. I just have a low ponytail again, because if I had up, I think it was showing the back of my wig. But that's fine. Alright. See that? I was gonna put a beanie on with all of it down. Alright, so I think this talked about doing it this way. Okay, and they want to latch. Shit. Oh my god. Can I do it over here? Oh, that's pretty damn together. Oh, but no, there's hope. Guess what, team? More seam ripping. Yippee! Buddy was chill and fun though. I got all out of me. I think real, honestly. I meant to go to tomorrow, so now I'm just. It's real. I was telling them earlier in the stream for about an hour about burnout I've been going through recently, and how hard it is for me to even just do self-care without feeling guilty. And I'm trying to reframe my mind and allow myself just to do stuff guilt-free. I'm glad you're doing that. I know I need to do more self-care for myself, but I keep feeling like it's a guilty habit, because I'm like, no, but I should be using this time for one of my many stuff on my to-do list. And then I have to be like, no, you are fine. It's been rough. I don't think I've been like too much online the past couple months, ever since I got like medicated, as well as like just the burnout from college and 3 jobs and the world and not being able to make ends meet on top of stuff. It's crazy. Oh my god, this whole piece is hanging out. So it's just been a lot. I'm trying to get back into my hobby and enjoy it more, but everything's been kind of, it's interesting. Yeah, it's been a lot. I just felt guilty that even people in my inner circle just did not hear from me. I went so MIA. It's just a lot of, I think guilt's the word too. Like feeling guilty just to take care of yourself or to take time for yourself. And then trying to like realize that it's not guilt, but like, or that it's not bad to do that. It's just a lot. But I'm doing better. But it's definitely been a one day at a time kind of thing. I mean, to be honest too, even me just going online and streaming for a while, a lot of it has to do with, well, like my mind tends to wander into bad places this time of night, and actually by having people with me, it helps distract me from it. So if anything, I'm not full 100%. That's real. I was telling my stepdad about stuff where I'm getting into finally taking care of stuff I was ignoring during my swath of stuff during the semester. But one of them, when I'm in a, whether it's depressive or stressed, or like if I'm in a mental state that I'm not 100%, obviously for many people, especially like those who go to depression, like some sort of hygiene thing gets left behind, and everybody's tier list is different. But for me, the first thing to go always is like my dental stuff. Like I tend to really forget about and don't worry about brushing my teeth a lot, which some people are like, that's disgusting. I'm like, yes, I know. I don't like it either, but it's also like, it just feels like the most energy needed in the world, the hardest thing to do, just to do that. And now that I'm kind of in a better spot, I was talking to him about like, hey, what's insurance cover, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like really scared, because I'm really scared to see what quote unquote damage has been done to my teeth in the time that I could not allow myself that energy or anything to take care of myself, or like quote unquote self-care. And it's just like, it's rough, because I mean, there's some people are like, there's other stuff for other people that goes first when it comes to those times, but for me it's that, and like that's embarrassing to mention, but I know it's the reality. I'm glad that we have other people in the chat that agree. It's like, I'm not scared of the dentist themselves. I'm scared of them thinking like I just don't give a shit or something, when in reality I do. It's just, for me, it's a really hard thing to do. Especially when I'm in such a survival fight or flight mode for weeks and weeks. It's just, it feels like such a mountain to climb just to do that, when in reality it's not. But that's the brain thinks. It's like, oh, this is gonna be all your energy for today, and it's like, why? And then I do it and I'm like, oh, that's bad, and I feel better. But then, you know, I forget all about that by the next time I have to do it. So I've been dreading that, but also I'm like, it needs to be done because I'm really worried about the damage, quote unquote, like the cavities, everything I might need to fill and beyond me. But also I'm like, if I just keep letting it sit though, it's gonna get worse and worse, and it'll get worse. I'm also just such a doom thinker too, that I'm like, oh my god, this is the reason I have nightmares of all my teeth falling out. I'm really, really sensitive about my dental hygiene. So you would think, oh, you're super sensitive about it, you take better care of it. And I'm like, it's not that simple. Gotcha. I mean, that makes me feel a little bit better, because I always think every time there's gonna be like a cavity and stuff, like it's always like my fault because I didn't do anything about it, and like, you know, just me beating myself up, like, you dumb hoe, like, what do you do? So, oh, it's this fucking bobbin. Oh my god. I'm gonna rebel. Well, Cassie, what do you want? Bye. Hi. Meow. Why are you looking at me like that? It always says you have more covers. Yeah, it was so hard. I'm not sure that I was money hungry, but I'm just always super paranoid too, and I tend to like trust professionals for better or for worse, because I definitely had it bite me in the ass before. Like, I just assume they know it all, and yeah, it's bit me in the ass before, but also like, that's just how I am. So, like, there's a brown spot that's been like in between her and teeth, like right over here for a while, and it's been kind of growing, and I definitely think that's been like a cavity that's been really bad and growing for a while now, so I'm really worried about that. So I have to do the beautiful thing of looking up a place to clean my teeth. I know I'm way behind in the cleaning, not even mentioning that. Not even my daily cleaning, I'm behind in my dental cleaning. Come on. Come on. Stop. Just, this bobbin's not the right size, so it's giving me issues. Please, just do it. I'll just do another bobbin next time. Right, fuck it, we'll do another bobbin next time. Yes, absolutely. Bye. I appreciate you popping in. Your company meant a lot to me. I just realized that this wig is a lot like your hair. Because you've got like, don't you have like the blonde to like the black tips and everything? Maybe that's why I was drawn to it. I was just like, low-key, I'm kind of obsessed with Ring Ding Dum Dim, like Baby Lasagna's entry again, and I've been, especially since he did the collab with Karia, and I've been low-key considering, it's like, if I do a Ring Ding Dum Dim, like Baby Lasagna cosplay, I'll probably make it female, kind of like I do with Karia, and I probably would use this wig, because he's kind of got like some blonde but also like dyed tips sometimes. Yeah, your hair. Am I wrong? I have not been on socials in a while, but am I wrong? But you have like blondish hair, don't you? And then you have like some different color, like some darker colors underneath to give it like, I mean, this one doesn't have as many like layers and stuff as yours does, but yours has like the wispiness and stuff. You put a lot more time and gorgeousness into your hair. I don't black to blonde. That's what it is. Sorry. Okay, so I just knew there was a combination of something. And my mind like to overwrite it in my mind. If you have just the blonde in your bangs. Okay, that makes more sense. I knew there was like some sort of like contrast somewhere. But now that you mention it, I'm imagining it again. It's crazy how can I get 2 science degrees yet my brain will just be like, hey, remember that thing you've seen before? What if we just completely rewrite it in your mind? And I'm like, sure. My brain's too heavy with Eurovision stuff from this year. You're a hairstylist for 4 years? I should have known that. I'm sorry. It makes sense now when you post like your hair stuff on your stories sometimes for friends, and I was just like, it makes so much sense now. Cause I'm like, girl, how do you get it like that? I get so jealous. I barely knew how to like take care of my hair properly by the time I left the house. I'm still trying to like learn certain stuff where I was like, oh, because I just wasn't. I don't know, even like certain makeup stuff. I feel so behind as a quote unquote girl. I'm just like so like a hair, nails, like skincare, this and that. Makeup. I was like, I don't know. Oh, we're talking about service. Oh my god. Okay, I might have to hit you up because I was just telling someone earlier. So I technically you'd appreciate this since you used to do hairstylist stuff. Especially with prices nowadays. But I actually, every couple months, because I'll like just reapply dye to the base over top of stuff. So it'll keep my hair healthier, but also keep the color in longer, like for long periods of time. But when I do have like a full reset and the roots are too far down that it's really visible, I'll get a full bleach cut color, wash everything all together for $80 or $85 at my local salon downtown. You can't get that, like, and there's a couple salons in town, but like I get that one at the one I go to specifically. And you can't get that many places for that price. But especially with like my finances right now, I was like, I can't even like, yeah, exactly, that's a steal. I was like, here's the thing, it's because all the people who work there are like retired older women who do stuff, who's been like hairstylists in the past or how many years, like they tend to be all retired like grandmas and stuff, and they're so sweet. I love them so much. I literally come back to them all the time and they know me, and their clientele tends to be an older type too. So when I came in, I was like, what are your prices? When I was like first trying to find a place to like do my hair, I was like, what are your prices for certain stuff? And they're like, oh, it's like this. I'm like, oh, flat rate for anything? They're like, yeah. And I was like, oh my god, are you guys okay with like crazier colors? And they're like, oh my god, do you want to do crazy colors? Like they've been like craving to do something like fun, and I was just like, yeah, if you guys are willing, so I'm probably the youngest client that comes in there frequently, but I love them. But also it's still $85, and right now I was like, I don't know if I can afford that. So I will, you know what, because I've been having the best like hair length and style and everything recently underneath the wig, obviously, and I just changed the color, but like the color I had and the style, the length, the cut, it was like the consistently having an amazing hair day. Like that was my hair time a lot, like for a while. It was so easy to maintain. Like I could have like this perfect hair each day with like minimal effort for my type. And it's really unfortunate because it was all during the time that I was constantly inside for every single moment of my day, because I was doing 2 different research teams, all of my grad classes, I was working outside of it. Like it was my truly, like, people did not know or see me for months, and I was like, shit, the best time I had my best hair so far, no one saw it. So you should, okay, well, first of all, it doesn't seem that way by the time when you post it, because I'm in awe, but also I can understand if you were like a past stylist too, that you would get very like perfectionist about your own hair, and that can make sense of that. That's real. Okay, we all have that one friend though that does not get any training for something, and I'm like, how do you do this better? How do you know this? It's baffling, but like, I'll just let you do it, man. I don't know. And they're like, I had a vibe. I'm like, okay. Oh, okay, what was I doing? Where's that from? I'm gonna hold that one, friend. Okay, that's real. Like, I know some people too who are like that. They're just like, I mean, I do this, quote unquote, and it's about the same as this, so how hard can it be? And then they do it perfectly, and I'm like, what the fuck? Alright. So I'm like, damn, I guess that is a transferable skill. Between those two genres. Alright, I need... Oh, see, that's the thing. I'm not someone who's really trained in it either. I'm call me your friend, where I'm just like, I don't even do half the stuff right. I'm actually trying to do stuff properly for once after 12 years. Trying to do stuff properly now that I'm medicated. And focused. But trust me, hun. I'm definitely one of those people where I'm like, I don't even read the instructions, and I definitely fucking should. I'm hanging on by the seat of my pants. And you know, a lot of mistakes that I make, I just cover up with embellishments. I gotta be honest. That's how I do it, is that what I do is that I hide my mistakes with sparkles. I loved your Xbox cosplay. I mean, I still think about it. In fact, you have like stickers of that too. I'm just like, I love it. And also, just like the Windows 95, like Windows XP one, which is so funny because, I mean, because you know about Used Klein from Eurovision. Did you know that I think it's that same year Finland had Windows 95 man? If we talked about this before, I'm so sorry. My memory is so bad. As you know. As you should. You shouldn't be surprised. It was really good. But I'm so glad people give you the praise you deserve. Because, like, I was sitting at home being like, I want every picture of this. Like, it was so weird. Like, plus more. So happy. You don't need to be a master at something to make something that you love and also other people love. And hell, I mean, that's the thing. Remember, cosplay started, like, not as something that was, like, super clean either. Please! Please! You missed the whole conversation the first hour of this VOD, of us talking about MagFest, and how I was telling them how much I love MagFest, and why we love MagFest. Are you gonna keep it to yourself for a while? What the console is? I'd understand because I tend to be a yapper mouth sometimes. When someone has to go to Mag. So here's the issue. I feel like Aggie and I are convincing too many people to come to Mag because I'm like, shit. They ran out of tickets like at the door last year. I'm really worried that like right before they opened up the con, they ran out of tickets, like, for us. I'm, like, really worried. I'm like, is there gonna be too many people coming to Mag this year? That's a bad thing to think, but also my brain is just, like, consider. Alright. It's actually looking pretty good. Let me iron that. Try and do stuff right. I can't see easily. I cut a lot of corners in sewing, and that's the issue. Trying to get better about it. Oh, and then they sew the clasps on there. Lap ends. Gotcha. Hem, allow garment, hang overnight, mark, skirt for length. Hem and embellish. Oh, okay, so we're basically done afterwards. Okay. Ooh. Before you put it in the chat, I may be saving this and putting this up on a channel or something. No one's gonna see it because no one watches my stuff. But, if you want to send it to me in DMs instead, if you don't want much people to know, do that instead. Because I respect the wanting to keep a hype. Also, I never got to say how much I love the little, like, GIF and react, the little things you have with the worm on a string going back and forth. It's so funny to me. Let's go. Let's go. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna put this up on, like, my one channel or something. Because I've had it for, like, years, but I was like, shit, maybe I could put all these up on that. That'd be kind of nice. But, just out of, if I do, just want to give you heads up kind of thing. How much room do I need to get over my bum? Your emotes? Yes, your emotes. Your emotes are so fucking cute. I actually have 2 little worms on a string in a bag up there. I think I got from my last convention. Not ASEN, it was the one before. So good. Oh. Hi, ma'am. Hi. Yeah. Can you do a big meow so people can hear it? Or is that the biggest meow we're gonna get? That's fair. Still doing DM, it's fine. I'm getting better about checking my DMs. I'm definitely a little bit more, I have a little bit more energy in the bank to check stuff like direct messages. But it's just been very, like, sporadic. Are you, do we have each other's Discord? Because if we have each other's Discord, like, I'm more active on my Discord direct messages. Oh my god, that's so you. That's so you! And if I know someone could pull it off, I know it would be you, honestly. Because I love to show... That's how I would show people your profiles, because there was this one short I found of, like, when you walk into a bathroom and you actually step into, like, one of those 90s, like, soap containers with, like, the fish in it, and it's, like, this amazing bathroom. It's, like, very that... God, vocabulary. Like, they're that coded, I was gonna say. But then I think of you immediately, and I was like, oh my god, if you guys like that, like, my show, someone embodies that design, like, that aesthetic personally. I'll show you your shit. So. I technically do have a server. It's just, what's it called? It's been dormant, obviously, for the past couple months, but, like, it's there, it's very good. There's no pressure to, like, keep it alive and stuff. It's just there to have a all together for things. I will send you, I don't know if I wonder if you do the Discord stuff. I wonder if, do, like, ! Discord. I don't know. It's been so long since I've streamed. I want to see if, like, stuff's still working. Okay. I assume so. I think we're friends on Discord. I would be surprised if we're not. I will send you an invite or send you a DM there. So, I'll add that to my list of stuff after the stream, or for tomorrow morning, because I also have to message Runic Raccoon. Alright. Dope. I'm begging you, please don't go. Crazy is just a dry mission. That's right! Wait, I think I am part of your stuff. Because you have a little crafting channel. I thought about just, like, going on Discord and stuff tonight, too, but I ended up streaming. But if there's a night where I don't feel like this, I'll just, like, come and enjoy it. I crave more just, like, random friends of mine just, like, sitting on Discord, even if we don't talk, just, like, crafting. And you've been doing it a lot, and I've been so just off the internet and undead and just gone from the world. I haven't been able to be a part of it, and I'm so sorry. But I'm slowly getting back, baby. I'm here. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. I think I'll be good then for now. Because mind you, I'm like fine by myself, but also I don't want to affect them. If you know what I mean. Sounds good. We could also have just directly between our messages to a girls only night. And we just add people in, so it's all good. Yeah. Because it's not like mainly because of me, like I'm not worried about myself, but I'm just worried about the other person. If you know what I mean. So because I heard some good stuff, and then recently I'm just like, again, I was gone from home, and then I checked back, and my roommate was kind of still checking, and then was like, oh, just letting you know. And I was like, oh shit, okay. Regardless. Gotcha. Fair. Yeah, because I haven't seen you been playing Repo and stuff lately too. Which I know my other friend earlier in the stream had like, but they've been trying to get me to play Repo for a while, and I was like, I have to. It's been Sweep the Nation. It's been Sweep the Nation as I've seen, but I've also have no time to know how this works. What is happening? But yeah, I've saw you guys all been playing Repo once in a while when I pop in to see your story. Real. That's how Allison and Ben are trying to do for me. They're like Dakota, please play with us. And I was just like, you must. It's not even please. It's just you must play with us. And I'm like, I don't even have the game. What's happening? My phone games have been taking up a lot of my time. Those are my very much. At the end of the night, I am dead. I can unplug my brain completely and just go, cool. I'm just gonna match little tiles for hours until I fall asleep. Okay. I wonder if it would get my stream taken down, but I would love to play some Eurovision stuff in the background. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's right, your little Xbox girl's down there too. Ah! Those are so cute. I love that. Ah. I love. So good. I have to hit up my sister sometime. My sister likes to make my emotes. She's so cute. She made this whole little thing in box. I would love her to make me a stream starting soon screen. Again, I don't take this seriously, but it's just nice. This is because he is a part of my streams and his character is green. I love that. I love how it's like, especially to you're like, that's my color, that's your color. Like, it's like, who's this? It's like, what do you mean, who's this color? That's me. Like, what do you mean? Here's the thing. I'm a purple coded person, but apparently all of the characters I go for are all green coded. Like, like, I don't know how to explain this, but like, I was like, apparently if I was an idol, I'd be green to be my color, because every other character I keep like going towards, I'm like, why is their motif still green? Like Gumi, Senku, Karya, like, so like Sonoshi technically is half green, half pink. And some of the other stuff, and I'm like, why do I keep going for these green characters? What do I have to say to this? I mean, good characters, but they always have green. Based characters are always green. See if we turn this inside out. Let me just make sure everything's going good so far. Okay, yeah. It's honestly perfect. I need to figure out, though, how far I can kind of let this down. I need to see how far I can sew up before I need to start adding buttons and stuff. I have to gauge the ass radius to get it over. Oh, honestly, yeah, you're fine. Honestly, I've been enjoying your company. I know you said you were just gonna pop in, you're still here, but I mean, I'm not complaining. I like your stuff, but also I don't want to feel like you're pressured to be here if you want to make sure you get your stuff done. About 1 a.m. I'm actually gonna get off, so. Okay. So actually. Okay, I can go up pretty high. Okay. Man, when I actually pay attention to a pattern's size and sizing chart, it actually saves a lot of time. Crazy. Who would have thought, Dakota? You've only been sewing for 12-something years. Power of medication, I swear to God. Oh! Let me check my Discord then. Pending. I have to make sure, because I think I was already... Oh yeah, I'm already in your server. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm already friended. Sweet. No worries. We are added on Discord. Love that. Sounds great. I can't guarantee any consistency with my schedule or my energy levels and social levels, but I will definitely let you know when things line up. And that's also why I'm trying to look for other jobs right now, because my one job is not being consistent with both schedule and hours, even though they was promised it, and we've had several talks, and it's a whole thing. For $12 an hour-ish, like, it's not worth the stress it's causing me with my set of skills. Okay, yeah. Sweet. But I just wish my work would just consistently put me on certain days. But they're like, I have to work on everyone's availability and blah blah. I'm like, yeah, all of our availability hasn't changed. I wish you would just make it more consistent. Like, we're all consistently certain days and times, but she makes a whole different days and schedules and times, and it's always like 2 days before that week starts, she puts out the schedule. Like, the day before it starts. So everyone's like, so what are you doing in like 3 days? I'm like, I have no idea if I work or not. And they're like, yeah. Hi, Meow Meow. Hi. Mm-hmm. Next con is gonna be Techo. And I love Techo. I don't think you're going to Techo, unfortunately. But I'll giddy about Techo all the time. Mm-hmm. Alright. What's your next con? That's right. That's right. I remember you talking about that. Do it. Do it. I will be here for you. Just do it. Totally understand. I totally understand. Again, I actually might tap out in about like 20-ish, 30-ish minutes anyways. So I'll probably wind down with my phone games right before I have to go pick up my roommate, and then we're gonna come back and go to sleep. So that's real. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I might go to Otakon for a day, but it's a maybe. I'm still debating if I'm going to Otakon. I would like to, but it's one of those conventions that I'm talking to several booths, and if I can't find a way to like work one of the days or work some of it, or be something at Otakon, it's like not worth the ticket and price. Like, it's one of the pricier ones. Yeah, Eggy's at work. So it's actually, I kind of streamed low-key because I'm by myself at night for so long, and it's just not worth going to bed, or it's not like, my mind tends to wander too, and obviously I want to craft, but also, it's a whole thing too where honestly, part of me also going live is because I was like, I don't want to be alone with my thoughts, and I want to talk to people. You know, although dark, I was like, that's real. in a healthy way, you know? Right, Cassie. My video ended in my ear. Alright. Eggy's making that bread. Yeah, I mean, but they do offer them really good benefits, and it's consistent, and it's good. Like, it's good money too. Here's the thing, Eggy's job at their job, they're kind of just on call, so a lot of it, depending on the day, they're just kind of either doing a lot or doing nothing, and they get paid like twice as much as I get paid an hour. So it's kind of a good job still. We're like, we'll deal with it. Alright, so if I do this and I zip it up. Yeah, so it's just kind of like, we'll deal with the bullshit. Alright, so that's actually kind of loose. If I do a zipper, so actually I might do a little bit further in. Even if I do some, like, actually, okay, it's actually, no wonder it said, like, oh, of course the chair's still in the way. It still, like, just needs a slight hem, but it's not bad. Like, it's just a slight hem. But okay. You know what? I might seam rip, I might put some pockets in. Hear me out, I'm gonna put some pockets in before I finish this off. Pockets! I just realized within the sewing process, I have the ability to put in pockets if I want. Yes! Wow! The power of a woman who sews. How do you sew pockets? Pockets are kind of fun. I'm still getting better about sewing pockets that look seamless. Hold on, I'm gonna clean out ears. I have a weird thing about my ears. So what you do, what is IPO? I was gonna say, I don't know what that is, but I was gonna ask you after I explain pockets. I put pockets. So within some of the scenes, because, oh, let me finish. I hate the feeling of liquid in my ears, sorry, and then wearing earbuds for a while. I know you're not supposed to put these in your ears, but like, then the suction cup like sucks like liquid out, and I'm just like, ah! So sorry, I get like weird about that. But, so depending on the piece, you can just kind of cut a certain slit. But because this one is structured in a way where it's probably easier to see on the inside because I actually have a darker thread. So it's like, you got this side. Oh, okay, that's panel 1. So this is when they're coming together. So these panels. So panel 1. So that's panel 1. Panel 2, then like panel 3 all the way to the end, like to make the full circle. What makes it really easy is that because there's now like seams in the side, I can actually take out some of the seams in here and make a little bit of a gap in it. And what you do is that, I mean, here I've got pieces cut already for a different part of this area. So this is for the top, but let's say you'll cut basically like this part of it will be the size of the hole that is like for the pocket itself to put your hand in, but then you can like just draw like basically a big like technically any kind of size, but usually it's just like a big like half circle or some sort of glob looking figure, because then it's hard to like put stuff in pockets that have like angles. And then you sew the two pieces together. So when they're sewn together, they'll be like, you kind of make it like some sort of like empanada and stuff. Like you just like have it once you sew all except the one side that is the same size as the one that's going to meet with the gap you just opened for the pocket. And then you kind of like sew the sides of that together, and you have like a pocket in there. It's a really simplified and not very easily detailed way of me doing it. I'm such a let me show you by doing kind of thing. But it's also so late. I don't know if I can do that right now. I'll definitely, some of my friends posted some tutorials with that, but also it's just reminding me like, I can make pockets. Especially when I wear that skirt around, I'm like, I can do anything. So, because I'm making I'm doing the version of Senku from the Treasure Island arc where he had to dress up to possibly infiltrate the harem. It's this small scene where they dress up the guys as well into drag, and my friend Marjorie is just like, do you want to do the version of Senku again of them dressing up to go into the harem? I'm like, yes. It's a very simple dress. That's the character right there, but they put his hair down to pigtails and stuff, and like put makeup on him, and they put him in this dress, and he's like, yeah, this is not gonna work. And they're like, well, if you shut your mouth, maybe it will. I love the show so much. So I think that'd be great to bring to Techo or a different convention, because it's just like so simple to sew, and I was like, this seems great. It'd be so fun. So, and then I'm making Giratina here in the back, as now it's showing my design for that on screen. So I'm making that. But yeah, I will absolutely help you when it comes to like sewing pockets, because I usually forget about that till the very end. I'm like, shit, I could have been made pockets. And now I'm like, oh, I stopped myself so I can make pockets. The lords have talked to me. Alright, then I need to hem it. I need to see again how Senku's dress is made, because he has like a weird jagged edge to it. So I'm actually going to end up cutting off several inches at the bottom, sadly. But oh well. Yes, I'm going back to my roots with Pokemon cosplays. Giratina! Giratina's my baby. I love my baby. Oh, Breloom. I'll look at the Pokemon, and if you want someone to help you, if you already have an idea in mind, never, like, tell me not to, but, like, if you want help, like, somewhat sketching out something, let me know. So. Alright. Yeah, absolutely. Like, your style is so unique, and that's what I love about your stuff. So, like, fucking go for it. That's why I was like, honestly, I offer my sketching service, like, about, like, ideas to some people, but then I forgot that it's you, and I was like, actually, honestly, they probably already have something in mind, and something great in mind that I would not be able to live up to, so go for it. Alright. I got 15 minutes left. I can start on the top. Okay, this is the front of the top. Humanoid rhythm designs, and it's like trying to, and I want to go that route. Oh, you're so right. I actually might have, if it's like a chinsong, is that what it's called, a chinsong? Chinsong? I know places you can get like a cosplay pattern for that pretty cheap. Actually, one of the booths I want to go work for at Otakon Kutso has a pattern for that. So, or you'll have to send me the design. Honestly, I'm so excited. I can start being like, I can help you find stuff for that, for like patterns and stuff, for like mashing together patterns. I want to do more like making my own clothes and stuff this upcoming summer/year. It's a big thing. Oh, hello! Hi! Hello. But yeah, that's been a big thing. Right sides. Okay. Oh, but that's if there's an overlay. I don't have an overlay on this. If I remember the design though, he has like, it's pretty deep down. Let me relook at the reference. And then let me look at the reference, because I am sitting here like, honestly, it'd be way better if I just cut it now and save myself the trouble. Because I've been doing the bad thing of tending to make thank you. I went on a huge hour-long rant in the beginning about my burnout the past like several months to almost half a year. You probably haven't seen me since I've been medicated, so it's been crazy, but I appreciate the warm welcome. As per usual, I don't expect a schedule, but don't expect like no pressure, no obligations from either side. Like, I'm just here wanting company on early or late at night, early in the morning. So blah, blah. I'm looking at my cost plans again. But yeah, I tend to do the bad thing of like, same with both the clothing as well as like the, for both sizing and but also like any alterations, is that I tend to make like the pattern clothing like it is and like the biggest size and then just take it into my size, which is wasting a lot of fabric, does a lot of time, makes it frumpy. Like I need to stop doing that. I need to actually follow more of what it's like says on the patterns, but also I need to start cutting stuff before I sew it all together. Oh, I can find you a chainsaw. I think it's chainsaw. I feel like I'm butchering it, but being the white person I am, but I know exactly where you can get a couple of those. Hello. For a frog button pattern. I'll have to look into that that doesn't ring a bell off the top of my head. Oh yeah, the top styles are so cool. Especially because I keep looking at Eggy watching certain shows, with certain characters that have like that style top, and I'm like, oh, I know that's not Japanese, that's Chinese. Like, it's so cool. I love it. Okay, I should hear what you might borrow your finger for a second. I'm good. Thank you. I don't recognize you. Do. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I'm not remembering usernames, fam. I'm so sorry. What's happening? I'm trying to see. Where is that the only one I had of that? What was the top pattern like? I'm trying to find that thing again. Okay, that's a fan art, which is nice. Did I not post a thing up? Why am I like this? Okay, let me go to... Let me go back to my chat with Mars. Okay. Why do I keep... I will save the fan arts, but not the official stuff. Okay, I think I already have this photo, but whatever. Oh, you're totally fine. I've gone silent because I'm trying to find reference pictures for this dress. Yeah, because the top of this... This is technically supposed to be the front. Alright, because I guess if we bring it in, it's not too bad, because I did cut it to my technical length. And technically this one goes in a little bit more, but you're not going to be able to see this. But the top kind of goes out. Like, I'm going to have to make this, like, bejeweled out of foam or something and paint it to make it glossy, because it looks like this weird, like, jade / seashell weird crystal thing they have. I'm gonna have to put it to intercept it. But so if I can cut down on whatever I need to do up here, that's what I'm trying to do right now. So also, I'm not wearing those wedge heels. The person I'm cosplaying this with is like almost a foot shorter than, like, half a foot shorter than me. I'm not gonna do that to them. When I was in my Luna boots, which are like my 6-inch, 7-inch, 8-inch like stripper heels, and they were in like flat boots, we were like a full like foot difference. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's been rough. It's been really rough. Not only from creative and inspirational kind of burnout, but just all different types of burnout in general. And that's the stuff I wasn't prepared for. I'm still weird about coming back onto social media lately. I'm just trying to finally get into my quote unquote summer brain and transition from the school year, because sadly it has taken this long because the stress and everything was so bad. It was so bad. I actually had a week before finals I had a stress-induced seizure, so, and then I had to still be in that bad of a survival and stress mode through finals, and then also like slightly past it because stuff just didn't stop, including issues with school, and then I had to go to ASIN, and like even now it's like, okay, I finally can kind of take a breather, and it's almost June. Pain to laugh, initiate. So okay, yeah, there's like not, okay, it's a very thin, okay, even on the official, cool, I can take in some of this. Who are you? Sorry, Zeno. I need you. Wait, where'd my other scissors go? Motherfucker. Where's? I mean, I got these, but I don't know if these will work too well. Yeah, these aren't great for fabric right now. Where is? Cassie, do you know where I put my my scissors? Oh, they're there. Mama's crafting scissors. I just miss kind of having this long hair. My partner saw a picture of me from high school for the first time, and they're like, your hair was that long? I was like, yeah. And the fact I did nothing with it. I look back, I mean, I know my younger me didn't, but it's like, bro, the anxiety, the scare, the overthinking, it was there from the beginning. There from the beginning. Okay, so I'm trying to enjoy summer brain. It's been harsh to me so far, but we're slowly transitioning. Okay, that will happen when that happens. Oh, that's right, I have to like... Oh, I have to go find the pattern and realize where the darts are. So then I have to sew those darts together. Darts. If I had to guess. Alright, let me go grab the pattern. Once again, I'm on a trip. Alright, I think that one was called... Oh, is there no video playing? How? Ooh. Ah, Sweden, your entry is still in my brain, like the little earworm it is. This is one like caught in the center fold. Yep, okay. See, it's what I mean where I'm like, I'm trying to do stuff the proper way. Okay, and I'm at a 16. Do I have any chalk? I don't. Actually, do I have pencil? That would work out good too. There we go. There we go. Underrated song from Eurovision this year, and I will stand on this. And here's the thing, I know their performance on stage wasn't the strongest. I get that. But Azerbaijan's? Is that how you say that country's name? Azerbaijan? Something like that. I know they got like dead last or something. They're recording their song on Spotify before I even saw their performance was one of my favorite. I still rock out to that. It's just, that's a song I can hear on our radio. It's really good. And I feel like, and then I know it's nothing extraordinary and that's why they didn't get a decent score or move on. But I don't know, man. I stick up for that song. I love that song. And also, I'm trying to think. Oh, and I also know that, like, their live performance wasn't that good because they just, you know, English is not their first language, and they chose a song in English, and so, like, the recording was fine of their song, and then, like, the live performance wasn't great, and I feel so bad because, like, I know it wasn't extraordinary, and that's why they didn't move on, but people are, like, saying it's, like, the worst one. It's like, okay, first of all the songs this year were amazing. And, you know, it's like, even the ones that didn't make it, people were like, how did it not make it? It was so good. And I'm like, that's the crazy part. It was good. But that's why it didn't make it. It's just because there's so many other good ones that... So the reason why I didn't make it has nothing to do if it was good or not. It's just there's so many other good ones. It's kind of like me being a JoJo fan. It's like there's so many good openings that technically Chase is a great opening. And for any anime, Chase is an amazing opening. But just because it's compared to so many other amazing ones, it just seems a lot less extraordinaire. And that's the issue with a lot of songs I had this year during Eurovision. People were so pissed off that Milkshake Man didn't make it. And I'm like, it's a great song. It is. It's just that so many other good ones happened. And like, oh, you just don't like, you don't think he deserved it? No, I think he was a great act. He was great. One of my friends has a, has a thing where they think there's a, conspiracy that Australia didn't want to send them because they don't want to send everybody to Australia. But yeah, I don't know. It's a whole thing. There's gotta be a better way to do this. There we go. Haha, it's a nice start. Alright. We're having girl time! Stop! Just, you need to do the thing where you're in your bed, like, you know, instead of like twirling the cord around your fingers, you just like sitting here with your phone. Hello! Alright. Tell Jimmy hi too. That's silly goose. And tell him hi from me. Wait, where's the dot? Where's the dot I put? There it is. Ha! Okay. You still haven't showered? Go shower. That's a mood. That's me at myself, and then also my roommate at myself being like, ugh, if you won't say it to yourself, I'll say it to you. Go take care of yourself. And I'm like, that's real. I was like, ooh, called out. Alright. If you need to leave, honey, you can. I'm good. I might finish up these darts and everything, and I'm probably gonna end it. So, it is all good, my friend. Oh, shit. Oh, I'm clean now. Okay. That being said, I was like, I'll finish up this one dart, and then also my bobbin ran out. Oh, nope, it didn't run out. It just got stuck. Come on. There we go. Speaking of getting clean and stuff in showers, oh my god, my roommate and I, so we finally scrubbed the tub today. Mind you, this house we moved into, so we're in like a duplex now. It's awesome. We have like so much room, so much this and that. It's honestly super dope. But the people before us were filthy. And also, there wasn't enough time in between them moving out and us moving in because they had to be forcibly moved out almost by like police escort. And when I came in and I had to take like a mop to some of the walls, like it was just disgusting. And mind you, so we did a lot of cleaning before we got in, but also like the tub was one of the things that we've been like neglecting, and we finally like cleaned it today. And I'm like, oh my god, that's a whole different color now. I was like, oh. I thought it was just that color to begin with. They're like, nope. And I was like, all right. Thought I was clean now, even cleaner now. I was like, damn. Oh, and see, I love colored hair, but also I love my warm showers, and that's my downfall. And I love multiple showers, but I have to like limit them because my colored hair sucks. Because they're like, oh, well, let's just go in and not take a shower. And I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean just, or I'm sorry, go in but not take a shower. Like go into a shower but not clean your hair. And I'm like, what do you mean? If my hair is getting wet and tangled, I'm going to wash it. Because I put, I'll just use conditioner. If I use conditioner and no shampoo, it is going to just get greasy even faster. What do you mean? Oh. Okay, those darts are actually looking really nice. You can't even see them in the camera, and that's probably how good they are. But specific darts, so it'll fit nicer. It's like fit under the boobage. Well, that's good. Oh my god, there it goes again. Oh, 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 oh. I have like a lot of cons. Like I don't have that many cons this summer, and it's kind of sad because like besides Techo, there's not many else I have planned, and I'm sitting here like. Because I like my smaller ones. I love my smaller cons. But the ones I usually go to, they're not happening at the same time this summer. They're skipping a year and this and that. And I'm sitting here like gnawing at the bit because I'm like, ooh, yeah, I can finally like get to enjoy my hobby again. And then I'm just like, no cons. It's really good for my wallet, but I was like, I'll have to do some photo shoots instead. Dude, smaller cons are the best. Absolutely. And like the ones I wanted to go to, I couldn't because of like my semester last one because it was just like the small little one-day ones. So good. I love them. All right. Oh yeah. Okay, that's so much better. All right. It's actually a lot better. Alright, is there any darts on this one that need to be done? 6, yes, there's 2 of them. That's 5. Oh, that's... Yes. Okay, wait, I see it now. I got it. Yep, okay. This one's right there. Alright, 16, 18. Alright. Alright. Dart. Dart. With that, alright, I have the 2 back pieces properly darted. Alright, and with that, I think I'm going to end the stream for now. So I appreciate you guys being here, though. I think all that's left is It's Miss Nano Xmina. Nano Mina. Alright. So I'm gonna probably be on my phone game for the next 30 minutes until I have to go pick up my roommate, and I have to clean up a little bit so I can just plop on my bed, because my brain knows that once I come home with the egg sturt, it's time to sleep, and I lose all energy as soon as I hit the door. So I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for welcoming me back with such kindness and grace and everything. So yes, please sleep well and everything. And Miss Cassie down here says goodbye as well, even though her meows are not heard. So, her little chirps. Alright, bye y'all.